Hi, this is Maggie Maslowski, and I'm going to go over my English 2 learning space that I've created and continue to add on to. So first of all, we're on the home page, where you can see the English title, English 2, as well as the course description, which comes straight from the Joliet Township High School course offerings. I also have an embedded video for the You Matter for Angela Myers, because I truly believe that that's a huge way to start your classroom. I also have Sweet Search, which is a Google search engine, but for educational purposes. My live binder is up here to kind of showcase some stuff. I'll explain that in a different video. And then I have a bunch of applications and web tools. I still have a few spaces left in to add a few more, but all of these will be used throughout the course. So students can come to this main homepage and just click on the link and it'll take them straight to whatever app or web tool we're using. So my calendar decided to just have the calendar on my learning space, and the one that is on my JT Learn will just be linked with this one. So there'll be a link from there to go directly here. So I only have to make one of those links. Summer reading has been doing pretty well. I actually just finished that yesterday. So students were working on the Beatles and Angels through the first week in July, and then the second, third, and fourth week they did Looking for Alaska. And the Padlet links are right there, so anyone can look at those questions. Hopefully anybody in our school can steal those because they're on hashtag JTLearn off of my Twitter. So anyone can do that, and then I did a survey at the end of the unit. So Unit 1A is pretty much started. Needs a few tweaks to end it, but I have the Common Core State Standards right here. I also have the essential questions that comes off the unit plan, the learning goals, and the formative we have to do, as well as the summative assessments that we're going to have to do, and the assignment expectations. And they are linked. So if there's a website or an office mix or a YouTube video or an app they have to go to, it is linked directly on there, so they know we're in Unit 1A. They'll find everything here, and it even tells them, for some of them, like how long it's expected to take, especially if it is something they have to do prior to coming to class. Unit 1B is also put in the same format, Common Core State Standards, and so on and so forth. One of the things I did for my Module 8 is that I did a Believe You Matter thing link. So my Believe You Matter thing link is right here. And we're going to go to it. And my You Matter manifesto kind of goes with Angela Myers, because one of our things is a This I Believe narratives. And I think that starting with Angela Myers and all about believing in yourself first is an awesome way to start. So they have to first look up the definition of matter, and they may or may not be surprised all the different definitions that are there. Then we'll read the Nobel Peace Prize winning Albert Einstein article about how he believed in himself, and the fear that I don't matter. That's a really good one. A lot of kids usually get really emotional with that one because it comes from another sophomore age level student. Watching the You Matter video by Angela Myers hopefully pulls at some heartstrings, and then they have to go through and create actually something where they do give messages to people that they love, that they care about, and one of them I'm asking that it's to somebody at JT, and then the other one could be a family or a friend. And then that's pretty much the thing link, because it only, the free version only allows us to put 5 things on there. Then one of the formative assessments is a discussion board, which was stated on here. So they do the office mix, and then they, sorry, not the office mix, the thing link, and then they have to go to the Unit 1 discussion board, then it's the office mix. So the Unit 1 discussion board question actually has the link to that thing link again, so in case they did this on 2 separate days, they have the link in the same spot, they're not searching for it. And then there's questions, and all they have to do is reply to it, so pretty easy there. The next thing is the office mix for Believe the Narrator. I read a book this summer called Close Reading, or Falling in Love with Close Reading, by Kate Roberts and Chris Lehman. They're award-winning English teachers that finally wrote a book on like doing different parts of close reading, and that's all Common Core State Standards related. So I created this office mix where they'll be able to focus on the narrative that they are going to do as a formative and then as a summative on word choice. So they're going to go through and look at the different examples. There's actually an example of a narrative that did a really good job the year prior to this, a former student of mine, and then the different descriptions of how to do it. So this will be a great office mix. It also has questions within there that ask them to relate to the videos that they're watching, as well as sorry, let me stop this. There we go. So it's going to go through the formats that this book showed me on how to do. It's going to have images and then questions that are embedded to see how they see these. Then they'll actually watch a video of this, I believe, video that was amazing. And then they're going to answer questions about it. And then it'll go into what they should be doing. So how is your word choice important? What's your actual statement? What 3 words you're going to use? So then it'll let me know pretty much what their topic is going to be about. And then the third, obviously the third thing that we'll do has to do with a different part of the unit, because once they do these narrative pieces, they have to write their actual, I believe, narrative and make the video. And the other part of English to Unit 1B after they do this is metamorphosis. And they're going to use Curriculate to actually do that. So Curriculate is a web-based way for you to get free books for teachers and students, and it's already formatted. It has questions and annotations and quizzes embedded, and you can do it at different times. And I, as the teacher, once I assign it, will be able to see each individual student's progress. It is definitely Common Core State Standard linked. So every question that's in there is a Common Core State Standard related question. So this is super awesome. And I'm allowed to add or edit any of the questions by adding some more of my own. But for right now, we have what we have. And then the last or fourth example, so I did 4 formative assessments, is a Socrative for metamorphosis. And this is, I have actually 3. I think I can go back. I have 3 of them. I have a metamorphosis part 1, part 2, and part 3. So I will be able to assess formally, because I won't take a grade for this, on what they know and what they don't know from reading it. So whether we read in class or at home, I'll be able to tell if they read or not, or if they comprehend. And then there's an explanation. So students, once they answer the question, whether it's correct or not, they're going to right away know if it's correct, and they're going to know the explanation for it. So this immediate feedback is right there, which will help my students. They're not all going to be true and false. Some of them are multiple choice. Some of them are related to vocabulary, which we definitely need to work about. And then there are some that have to do with, where is it towards the bottom? Vocab. Some of them have to do with opinion questions, like how do you relate to something that go with it. And obviously, I'm not taking that for a grade. So these are my 4 different formative assessments, because I did 4 of them. And then Unit 1 has more discussion boards in it. There's an assignment submission for Unit 1. Once they do that narrative in the video, they're going to submit their links here. And then Unit 2 is done as well, because there's the compare contrast paper, so the rubric is in there, and then the requirements. So I have the Common Core State Standards and all the rest that goes with there, and then the birds is one of the first things they have to do, and then they'll do the compare contrast paper. And I am still finishing up Unit 2B, but at least I have the Common Core State Standards and what the assessments are so far. So that's all I have for English 2 so far. Thank you.